Hey everybody, I'm Tim,
Richard,
and this is the Six Pack. Anyways, today we're going to do stouts.
Stouts, and then we're going to finish with a pale ale. We're going to kind of clean our palates with that pale ale. So
Exactly. So, well, let's dig in, huh?
yeah.
So I guess the first stout is going to be Sheaf Stout imported from Australia. I haven't had it. So.
I've had Foster's, eh?
Hey,
Thank you, mate.
The only thing I've done with the Fosters is shove it up like a chicken's ass. So.
Well, do you want to tell them a little bit about the origin of stouts?
Yeah. I'll let you.
That'd be great. I'll open it up
with
for
some. So.
You talk instead of me talking.
I printed some stuff out since we're going to do kind of a theme. The first known use of the word stout beer was in 1992. 1677. A man's Egerton manuscript. The sense of a stout was just a real strong beer. Not until 1721 they described a brown beer called porter, which we've done the last episode.
I'm going to go ahead and set that right there.
Made of roasty malts, and porters got very popular. And then they started doing stronger beers, 7-8% alcohol. And then they called them stout porters. And then just stout kind of originated from that, just being a dark beer. So the stronger ABV dark beers, they considered stouts.
All right, I already smelled it.
You'll
see my reaction.
I figured this would be the worst
to
one.
Me, I won't tell you what I'll tell you after here in a minute. Cheers. It's very dark. I haven't tasted it.
Ooh, chocolate.
Really?
Chocolate, yeah. It's almost like a milky chocolate.
All right, that's not too bad. That's better than I thought it was going to be. To me, it smelled like a bunch of fermented raisins. I took a smell of that and I was like, ooh, I'm not going to like that at all.
It smells more like a porter than a stout to me.
Would you say the alcohol and stuff? I can't
5.7%.
Here, got glasses.
I don't think they do IBUs
what happens when you get
in
old.
Australia. I don't know.
It's not bad. This would be really good with a little drop of vanilla, or maybe even. Honestly, I could an Irish whiskey, a little bit in that would be pretty darn good. I'll tell you.
I get it's very dry, like dusty dry, which you get from dark grain sometimes when you brew. Not quite cardboardy. Almost a little wet cardboard, a little light. Kind of reminds me of a Guinness.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Regular Guinness is very lacking. I guess we should
don't say cardboardy.
No,
cardboardy ain't it. We should have picked up
wet cardboard.
Wet cardboard. That's the worst thing you could say. But
normally you get wet cardboard flavors from oxidation when you bottle and stuff. But coming from Australia, where all the water goes backwards when they flush a toilet, it's not too bad.
No. It's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
When I first smelled it, all I smelled was a pile of fermenting raisins. Oh, I'm not going to like that much. But no, it's not too bad. Now you do know, I'm going to point out I wore my shirt today because it's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
So
next Friday.
Ugly sweater.
And Christmas beers.
More beer. Yeah, winter ales. Christmas beers, you bet.
Today we got a pretty good lineup, though.
Oh, we got a great lineup.
Excited.
Great lineup. There's a few in here that I've never had, but there is 2 in here I've had a lot, and I really like them. So,
ooh, a little bit of alcohol bite right there.
There is some alcohol bite.
A little bit, yeah. For 5.7%, you shouldn't get that at all. That's not bad. I take it over Foster's.
But you know, they like them. They like them strong. They like their beer strong down in Australia. Oh yeah. Well, Foster's is a strong beer.
Does it go with shrimp real well?
Shrimp on the bobby. Mate.
Sorry, anybody from Australia? Sorry. No. Go ahead and make fun of us.
Look at them 2 fat guys talking about us, mate. No, I like the Crocodile Hunter. I wonder if he drank this kind of stuff. He liked Foster's.
Did he?
Yeah. And you know, Foster's ain't bad. I mean, Australian beers aren't bad. They tend to be stronger, I think. Like the regular lagers and stuff tend to be a little higher alcohol, I think. But you know, I certainly would not go out and buy Foster's on purpose. But you know, a real man can shotgun a can of Foster's.
Call me a pussy now.
I'm not a
I
real
ain't shotgun
man.
that shit. About the only things I chug anymore is sours.
Wow. I couldn't drink a lot of that. That was a funny face, I'm sure.
I was getting there was something I was picking up.
It's very dry. It's a lot drier than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot more creamy, a lot heavier on the tongue.
Excuse me. This is a bourbon channel.
Hey, I'd rather have it coming out of there than the other, you know. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I wouldn't run out and buy it again, but
Plum, a little bit of
yeah,
plum.
that's that raisin. Date.
Yeah.
A lot of dates.
It reminds me kind of Mom's date nut bars.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to put a little whiskey in it too.
Yeah. Woo. That's where we get the alcohol, man.
Good date nut bars. I used to love them when I was a kid. It's the only way I could legally get drunk.
Chocolate chips in a fruitcake, almost.
Yeah.
You could see that a little bit, but.
It's like taking a shot of whiskey. No.
Ooh. Look. I don't do Irish car bombs because.
Oh, I do. That doesn't have anything. No, nothing.
A little bit of coffee with Irish cream in it, maybe.
It's not creamy enough though. For me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I expect it to be creamier.
the mouthfeel's not creamy, but the flavor almost is. I don't know. That's weird to me. I don't fucking know. Who am I? I'm just a big fat white redneck guy.
Now, mind you, we're not professional beer tasters or
We're
anything.
professional beer drinkers.
Yeah. No, we're just a bunch of drunks, but we're just telling you what we think. It doesn't matter. Like we said in our last one, it's all that matters is the beer you like. If you find a beer you like, drink it.
The sign says it all.
Drink it.
Right here. You know
What's
what the
that say?
sign says?
Good friends, good beer.
Right there. Well, sometimes that just an okay beer.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I don't
ready?
know.
This one, I've had Samuel Smith's, not their Oatmeal Stout before. I've had their other beers. They're pretty good. They're a product of England. I can't read that. So
You want my
if I'm
glasses?
here, no, literally, I can't read it.
Oh,
so
geez.
Samuel Smith's Old Brewery, North York's, England.
I almost went ching chow, but that wouldn't have been right.
That's not racist. So yeah, they got a bunch of stuff on the back of the bottle here. Samuel Smith's brews at a small traditional British brewery. I like that because I'm all about that.
Yeah, you can get a lot of unique beers when you start going to these smaller breweries and stuff. It's when they get great big that everything, it doesn't
It's
taste
still
the same,
excellent. It's excellent.
but they're good beers. But it's if they make a porter, it's that porter, and it's the same thing every time because it has to be. If you go into the smaller breweries like what we're going to eventually open up, it's more of, well, this one's a little different this time, but it's still good. Let's sell it.
Still try to do the consistently the same thing, but it's a little boutique brewery where everything's literally handmade. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
The oldest brewery in Yorkshire, and they do open fermentation. Right there, that's their fermenter. And it's all open.
that.
That's just, that's pretty fucking cool. Huh?
That's pretty amazing. I'll tell you what, go on, look this beer up and check out that picture on that label. That's pretty neat to see that open fermentation.
It says opaque, wonderful, silky and smooth texture ale with a complex medium dry palate with bittersweet finish. Brewed with well water, the original well sunk in 1758 is still in use. Malted barley, roasted barley, oatmeal, yeast, and hops. Fermented in open-top stone Yorkshire squares. Celebrated Oatmeal Stout is the style benchmark received by Samuel Smith's and the inspiration of hundreds of commercial oatmeal stouts. Boy, that sounds delicious already. Your turn. Comes with a fancy little gold top like Modelo. Because Modelo...
I just burped. Oh, that wasn't a burp, sorry.
Uh-oh. Here comes the bubbles.
Is it champagne?
No. But you
See,
know,
I'm
Modelo
expecting it
is
to be a lighter. Yeah, see, it looks a little bit lighter than like the American stouts.
American stouts. Yeah,
They're
strong,
so strong and heavy. Look at that. That's beautiful, guys. That's got a nice. Look at the tiny little bubbles in there. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just want to point out that I did not create the party foul this time.
What,
That he's the one.
Huh?
He's
I
the
don't
one
see
that dripped
nothing.
over
No,
here. See, not a big nose. Not a big nose.
Ooh, right on my nose. Speaking of
Yeah, you're supposed to sniff it, not snort it.
Nice, beautiful color. You can see through it a little bit. Or no, that's a reflection of this and his red shirt.
Oh my lord!
But
that's really dry compared to this one, and very light. Very light. It's not as heavy on the tongue as I thought it was going to be, but it's an easy drinker. That's a very easy drinking beer.
yeah.
Wow, I would classify that more of a porter, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't. I didn't have that. I don't taste a lot of that coffee and chocolate.
No, there's not a whole lot of.
It's more like I would say a Belgian style stout.
So no.
Kinda no?
No. Then you get funky flavors in normally. You make some oatmeal and put a little bit too much water in it. You pour off that little excess water
And drink it with your coffee.
Kind of. Because I kind of pick up the oat. It's very
Very thin.
thin, yeah.
Very thin, very dry.
It's not bad.
Very dry. No,
Very
it's
dry.
not bad at all. It's better than this one.
I think
That's my
oatmeal
opinion.
stout. I think a little thicker bodied stout.
Yeah,
I mean, the bottle didn't say it was thick. It said it was.
Of course, he's saying he likes thicker bodies.
Oh, hell yeah! But,
That's not bad.
which one would you rather have of the two?
I like this one better.
Maybe mix them. And then you get a little more chocolate in your oatmeal stout.
But yeah, I like this. This isn't bad. Maybe you take a little bit of cream de cocoa and throw in that sucker. See, I'm always trying to add hard alcohol in these. I don't know why, but and I love beer. I love hard alcohol.
That'd go down easy on a hot summer day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a good summer beer.
Good
Yeah.
flavorful beer, but it's not what I'm expecting out of oatmeal stout. Especially seeing that creamy head, I'm thinking, oh, but
Yeah,
it's not a milk stout. So
No,
I
it's
guess
not
I can,
as.
But
oh, look at that handsome guy in that glass.
When-
Oh, wait.
when I brew my oatmeal stout, I brew my stouts and porters a little bit hotter than most people when I mash, just because I want the body. My porters and stouts I mash at 158, 159, just because that's kind of what I like to drink when it's a stout or porter.
I don't do any of that. I just drink it when he's done with it.
Some people like the thinner stouts, thinner
Yeah,
porters.
Guinness.
And
Guinness
I
is a
understand
thin
that.
stout.
And
Yeah.
I understand that.
And Guinness is.
Well, the Guinness is thin stout just because it's 4%. I mean,
yeah.
I don't
That's
get a
not
whole
bad at
lot
all.
out of this.
No, it's very kind of lackluster.
Yeah. It's almost just like
You don't get a lot of nose. You don't get a lot of
it's
flavors.
a black blonde.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that was racist. Me and my Ching Chow and your black blonde are gonna have a good time tonight.
Dark blonde. I apologize. Not really, but. But
No,
I mean,
it's good. It's not too bad.
the appearance is way better than the flavor.
Yeah, but you know, the more you drink of it, the more you get that little like bitterness from your cup of coffee. Kind
Very little. Very
Yeah.
little. Like bittersweet chocolate.
Yeah,
Bitter.
yeah, it's kind of good.
It's like eating oatmeal porridge with a freaking cup of coffee.
Yeah, it really is.
Minus
it
the
really
milk.
is.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
almost-
like, yeah.
you know, it's almost like a mixture of a porter and an English brown. I think of or American brown
good.
ale.
Imagine that on cask with a hand pump where it's all carbonated in the cask.
Mm-hmm.
There's no CO2. They pump it.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen a hand pump and
never
stuff
have.
like England?
Never have.
Excuse me. So they'll have what they call firkins, and they'll put their sugars in inside the firkin, and the natural yeast out of there will carbonate, kind of like when I was bottle conditioned.
Yeah, it's the
Same
same
thing
thing,
in a
but
firkin.
in a firkin.
But then
It makes the firkin good.
it'll be done in their cellar at 45, 50 degrees. And they got this thing up in the bar called a hand pump. So basically it's a one-way valve. When they pull it, it sucks beer up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they drop it back down. It doesn't
It
do
keeps
anything.
it there.
Yes. So no oxygen's going into the
one-way
firkin.
pump. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of true English-style beers are cask conditioned, same thing as firkins or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just like
some
poured
firkin.
up. Yeah.
That sounds
And
great.
here in America, when they do like a cask day or whatever at breweries, they'll set it up higher on the bar and just gravity feed it. And
Pretty good, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Nice. I haven't drank that much beer.
It's better than nitro.
Really?
Yeah.
Real
Just because
creamy,
that's
real
what ale used to be. You know, you think about it. God, this is what ale started out being.
Oh,
But
I really like beers on nitro. I do.
Yeah.
I like them but I like to drink. I'm kind of one of them weird ones. I like to drink it when it's cascading.
no,
And
it's
a lot
creamy.
A lot of
It's
people,
creamy.
wait for it to, like a Guinness is a 3-minute pour, is what they say,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they pour some.
Because they
wait
want you
for
to
it
get your
pour
beer
some.
full.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, you fill it up to the top. Well, that sucker's cascading. It's like drinking a chocolate milkshake. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I had one. It was from Boulder Brewing. It was a chocolate shake porter.
Yeah.
Oh, on nitro, it literally tasted like I was drinking a chocolate shake made with Hershey's Quick. You can't tell you're drinking alcohol until you stand up.
One of the best nitro beers, though. Lucky Labrador Tap House. Was it Red Chair?
Red Chair.
Red Chair. It's Red IPA
Oh,
on nitro. Fuck
good.
because it calmed the bitterness down.
That wasn't Lucky Labrador, wasn't that
No,
Selwood Public House?
Yeah, that's
Selwood
right,
Public
that's
House.
right,
Yeah, it's Red Chair.
I tell people about that, and they go IPA on nitro.
Oh my god, that red
It was
IPA
good.
was
It was good.
that was probably one of the best IPAs. It really just evened it all
Calmed
out.
it down, gave it a little creaminess,
good.
and it's like,
So good.
and it could have been just the moment. It was a good day.
Because we have a saying.
Beer's a
Gotta live in the
moment
moment.
thing.
Living in the
It's
moment.
a moment drink. So
Yep. So this isn't my moment.
no,
It's
can
all right.
See through it though.
It's not my
That's the
moment.
thing about it. The stout you shouldn't be able to see through. You tip your glass, you can see the light.
Well, you know, it's
through it.
different countries, different parts of the world. They brew stouts.
Oh, just I mean, you look at them. United States, East Coast, West Coast IPAs.
oh, totally different.
Yeah, East Coast IPA is balanced. It's not bitter. It's not just thin. It's not, like the West Coast IPA is like, how much bitterness and hops can we fit in this damn water?
Some of them are a little too much.
yeah,
yeah,
they're good though.
yeah. But some of them are a bit much.
Yeah.
I like to see. I've seen a few breweries that are known for their way over the top hops.
Yeah,
You know which
Pliny
one I'm
the
talking
Elder.
about. One of them's right here.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lingering bitterness. On
yeah,
the IPA.
yeah. And in my opinion, with an IPA, if you're drinking a beer or any beer you're drinking, if you have a beer where you're drinking it and you get that nice flavor in your mouth when you take that drink, and it just lingers in there for a long time. As a business owner, I'm thinking we're not going to sell much of this beer because you don't need to drink it very fast because that flavor and that profile, everything just hangs in your mouth. But if you a little too long, if you have a beer though that you're drinking it and a couple minutes later that flavor's starting to fade away, you want to take another drink, you sell more beer.
Yeah.
Or you drink more beer. So that's the way I come.
But yet, on the other hand, Ninkasi's Tricera hops, their double IPA, excellent.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Because it's balanced.
With Ninkasi, they've changed a lot of their brewing. I mean, even their lager used to be hoppy.
Yeah.
And it's
Bitter,
like
bitter.
they do a
Not just hoppy,
yeah,
just
hoppy
bitter.
and bitter. Yeah, they do a Hellas lager now.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
good.
that was my summer drink this year. Great beer. So I really like Hellas lagers though.
Oh, a lot, yeah. Lagers, Pilsners. I like all beer, to tell you the truth. But
Oh yeah, it's whatever I'm feeling like at the time.
yeah, you just never know, I mean, it could be 100 degrees out and you're drinking an Imperial Stout or a Russian Imperial Stout for that sake, which we're going to have to do one day because I'd love to see your face on Russian Imperial Stouts.
So yeah,
They're not the greatest.
I'm dreading the Ninkasi ground control over here.
Oh, we had our first bucket pour. Right? Before you poured that,
I did.
It's not bad. It's just,
It's not what I want.
It's
I'm going to take a little sip of my brother's beer.
It's still a little young.
Yeah. Which one you want to do? This one?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Let's go ahead and then we can take
we'll save the chocolate and the peanut butter.
What we'll do is we'll do this one and we'll take us a break. And then we can come back and try the chocolate, and then we've got this beautiful peanut butter milk stout that's just amazing. It's the dessert balance. So anyway, here you go, Tim. You can read it better than me because I ain't got no eyeballs.
Control by Ninkasi Brewing. It's their bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout.
This thing kicks you in the nuts, I'll tell you what.
Brewed with Oregon hazelnuts, star anise, cocoa nibs, and ale yeast sent to space. So it's kind of cool. They actually sent some yeast up in space with
that is a stout. Oof.
So 7 years after we started brewing in Oregon, we decided the sky was not the limit. 1 year, 2 rockets, and the countless lab hours later, we successfully launched a payload of brewer's yeast into outer space with the help of rocket scientists. After a much-awaited return to Earth, the mission of creating space beer is now complete.
Oh, I'm not going to finish that.
And it's kind of cool. The 2 owners, the founders of Ninkasi, signed it and everything. Ground Control boldly combines local and out-of-this-world ingredients. This rich, complex Imperial Stout is brewed with Oregon hazelnuts, star anise, and cocoa nibs, and is fermented with ale yeast that survived the trip to space and back. Yeah, we just said that.
Yeah. He's getting older, he repeats himself. No.
This 3rd edition release is a blend of fresh ground control and ground control aged in Woodford Reserve bourbon barrels, offering a beer that is ready to enjoy now or suitable to cellar. It's 10% ABV, 50 IBUs, which 50 IBUs for Imperial Stout's kind of on the weaker side, which is nice. Perpetuate better living. Born from relentless pursuit of innovation, this limited release Ninkasi Space Program beer is brewed with yeast that went to space again.
Again,
they're very proud of that.
It went to space.
It's really cool.
Fortune. Now that's a lot darker.
22-ounce bottle is $20 normally.
Oof.
So
good.
We'll set room over there. Yeah.
I smelled that barrel. I got barrel and alcohol right off the bat.
Bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon right off the bat. Yeah, I got the barrel. I got the oak.
You're gonna get the alcohol just because it's bourbon barrel, but you get a little sweetness to it.
It's very sweet on the tongue. Boy, I could not drink a lot of that. It could be colder.
Raisin. Oh yeah, maybe that.
Could be a little colder, but sometimes that's better if it's not as cold. Though.
Yeah, a lot. Well, you can pick up a lot more flavors. You don't get any funky flavors or anything. I was looking for a date on this one, since you got it at a discount price.
Yeah.
Can I see the bottle, please? Please. Who am I, fucking man?
Give me the fucking bottle.
All proper, can I please see the bottle? 1 pint, 10% alcohol, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's good for what it is. Yeah,
it is. It's very dry.
That's the thing.
After you take a couple drinks.
Oh, that's going to be from the barrel.
The barrel, yeah. All the tannins from the oak and the whiskey. That's what, it's, I own a barbecue place and a lot of my smoking I do with wine-soaked oak. It's oak barrels and stuff like that. From a local winery. And what's really nice about that is if you smoke with just regular oak, a lot of times it's pretty harsh because oak, especially if you get green oak, and you never want to smoke with that. But some people do. Yeah, well, some people do because it gives you more smoke.
Oh, no.
But
don't smoke with green wood.
I never do.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah. So anyway, I smoke with these, and they're wine-soaked oak, but the wine pulls out most of the tannins out of the wood, so you don't get that harshness, but you get that nice sweetness, and that nuttiness from the oak, not the harshness from the oak. And so I get that from here. I taste that a lot here, is that nuttiness kind of, to me.
You get the nuttiness, yeah, from the hazelnuts, obviously.
Well, I know, but I think a lot of that's from the oak barrel too. You know,
I get a little like, I don't want to say butterscotch because everybody freaks out with butterscotch. Like, it's a fermentation flaw, but it's a good thing in this.
Yeah, I get it.
That's a good beer. I said that last time I had it too.
Yeah, he's had it. He's got his other 2 boxes up there. So,
but I shared it with people because, yeah,
I couldn't drink that.
No,
I couldn't drink
not
that.
the whole thing. This is a beer you sit back and you enjoy on Christmas fucking day
with all your friends and family. You get these
little
snippers. You put
ounce.
a little bit like this in it, and you're good to go.
Big beers like this, bourbon barrel aged beers, for me it's like 4 ounces. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. Let's all sit around, get 4 ounces.
that's a strong beer too.
Then let's go get some shit we can get fucked up on.
That'll put your dick in the dirt.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
it
drink too
is.
much of it. I'll tell you what.
10%.
Oof.
Not as strong as that apple cider I have up there. 18%.
No, and then, what was that?
Your wife tried it and she goes, "That tastes like whiskey."
Yeah.
Said it's only 18%.
Shit, water tastes like whiskey to her. But you know, it's better than Abyss.
Depends what year.
Well, the last one we had, I don't know. It's been a few years back.
I
And I
like
was like,
this
oh my
because-
god, I can't.
This is very creamy, very smooth, creamy. You get the raisin, the dark plum.
I don't get as much coffee as I thought I would, and I think that's because of the whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
I think that whiskey in the barrel kind of overpowers
You
that.
pick up
that
a little
dark
bourbon,
coffee, yeah.
you pick up the tan, like the dry tanniness.
Yeah, I do these in shots. I'm telling you right now, just do them in
And
shots.
just, it's safer the shot. Don't shoot it.
Yeah,
Just enjoy it. It's for what it is.
it's a good
fucking
beer.
good.
It's a good beer.
And bourbon barrel, we've had bourbon barrel aged beers that were like, whoa,
God.
no, throw them out.
Make
you
your
know, kind of
toes
thing.
curl and your butthole pucker. It tastes so nasty. I'll tell you what.
Excuse
I don't
you.
know. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's
It's nothing I would drink a lot of. I'll tell you
It's
what.
not meant to either. That's
No.
why it's $20 a bottle, a 22-ounce bottle. You know, it's a good fucking beer. I like it.
It's good regular beer too.
Feed that to a lady, she'll be fucking. That's a good fucking beer, I said.
Yeah, the problem is I can't get my lady to
No,
drink beer.
mine either. Today I had to go buy her some cider, hard cider. It was Sam Adams one or whatever.
Did you look at her and say, "I'll
Angry
get a hard
Orchard."
cider insider"? I mean, what?
Angry Orchard. You know
Angry
what I'm saying?
Orchard.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
that's not even cider. That's Kool-Aid.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm not a cider guy, but we'll have to do a cider one. We'll have to do a cider week.
She tried the cider that fermented. Ooh, that's sour.
That's
not sour.
Yeah, but she's used to that sugary
Yeah.
Kool-Aid crap. So, but
So I'm gonna.
yeah, we'll invite her down and we'll do it.
Oh,
we'll have her
cider
here for the
show.
cider show.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll do a
let's
cider show.
one with her.
Can't stand them. But
I
we'll do a
don't-
cider
I don't
show. They're
know
all right.
citrus.
They're okay.
My cider I like is usually a hot cider, spice cider in a cup with a little bit of whiskey in it.
Rum.
Yeah, that's a cider.
Cinnamon stick.
Oh yeah, some rum with some hot cider, cinnamon stick tastes like apple pie. I'll tell you what.
Do you pick up any black licorice?
No, that was a short answer, wasn't it?
Now,
No, I'm drinking a barrel with whiskey and raisins
Oh.
right now. That's what I'm drinking.
Now, to me, when our work, we'll go to the hardware store and they have black licorice from Australia.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Real soft, real creamy. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it lingers like black licorice kind of.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
I
the
like
star anise.
Or the Star Wars Star Anus.
Anus.
I know.
But I do believe star anise is black licorice. isn't
Yes.
it? Yes. So that's what you're getting out of it. Yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Couldn't drink a lot of it, but it's not too bad.
Oh, me neither. That's why I still have this much left.
Yeah.
I might have to do a glass change.
Well, we're back.
Hey.
Welcome.
Empty glasses, too.
Yeah. We even cleaned them out a little bit, you know. And why not?
Boy, that was good. That was a good beer.
That was pretty good.
It's like a bourbon milkshake.
Yeah, kind of
No.
a bourbon oak milkshake.
Yeah, I like how creamy
crazy.
and smooth it was. It was good.
It was nice. I couldn't drink a lot of it, but
It's
it
not
was
meant
nice.
to be.
No.
To drink a lot.
Well,
Some people can. They're crazy.
But now if you remember our last episode, we had the what was the name of it? Go ahead, say it.
Chocotabulous. No, I don't remember it.
Absolutely or something. Oh, it's right over there.
Chocotably. Hold on.
Absatabulous.
Hold on.
It's chocolutely absatabulous.
Oh, hold on.
I think that's what it is.
It is Hazelutely Chocotabulous.
There we go. So anyway,
And
if
you gotta
remember-
say it in the cheesy voice.
Last week we had our last episode. We had that one, and it was this beer, the chocolate stout mixed with the hazelnut. It was a 60-40, 60
brown,
nut,
yeah.
60
nuts.
60
They
nut.
only have 60 nuts per bottle.
60% hazelnut brown, and then 40% of the chocolate stout. And this is a good chocolate stout.
Okay, dedicated to sweet release. Deep, dark.
Dedicated to sweet release. I gotta give that to my wife.
Bow, wow. And bursting with chocolate. This legendary stout will satisfy your daily chocolate craving. Chocolate on chocolate. Chocolate stout is ebony in color. Everybody loves ebony.
And ivory.
Pours with a rich, creamy head and has robust, earthy body that.
I gotta tell you, they're pretty provocative in their descriptions, ain't they?
That gives way to rich chocolate truffle finish. So that means I nailed that last weekend on that chocolate beer.
You did?
It's like a
Didn't I
chocolate
tell you
truffle,
that?
yeah.
With the dark chocolate, the baker's cocoa on it. Cacao.
Brewed using 11 ingredients: 2 rows, Crystal 120, Rogue Farms chocolate malts, Rogue Farms hops, rolled oats, roasted barley, chocolate, free-range coastal water, and Pac-Man yeast.
So free-range water, do they just kind of let it run all over their property, or?
Well, they're on the coast.
Yeah, I know. I was being a smart ass. I was thinking of free-range chickens.
How do you cage water?
Yeah.
No chemicals, preservatives, or additives. Oxygen fixing caps. Wow, that's
Blah, 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 blah.
5.8% alcohol, 69 IBUs. Yeah.
So, everybody vote. All right, you ready? Shall we go back to the description again? I'm all for it. If I can find a woman that has that description. Oh, wait, my wife might be pissed, but I'd share. You just laugh and don't say nothing.
That's it.
You just go.
You can get in trouble that way.
Oh, look at how pretty that is.
Ooh, Jesus.
Oh my
Christ.
Lord! You just now learn how to pour? Is there a
Glass
hole in
has
that
a hole
glass?
in it.
That's 2 today.
No, I
That's
suck.
2. 2.
They make a
That's
like chocolate double stout or something.
yeah. This one here, you catch a lot of that, like that Belgian chocolate kind of. It's really good, right on the nose.
Oh.
Very creamy, very chocolatey, right in the
Hello,
nose. That's without
dessert.
tasting it.
Chocolate. Because it's a chocolate stout.
Man, that's good. Oh, that's a good stout. That's what I've been wanting all night. You get that nice coffee, that beautiful coffee that got like that dark chocolate, that baker's cocoa. It's kind of a mixture between coffee and chocolate, and it's creamy. It almost tastes like a cream stout. It's so good.
Chocolate mocha.
Yeah, delicious.
That's a breakfast beer.
Every beer.
Hell yeah.
Beer. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but
Sorry, I got a big wet spot. Yeah, well, because of this beer.
I got a little wet spot because him pouring my beer.
The nice thing about it is you have that sweetness, but that bitterness gets it like right off your tongue.
Yeah.
It wipes it right off. And I don't know, it's not the bitterness just from the hops, but it's bitterness from like bittersweet chocolate kind of bitterness.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I really like that.
If you ever taken a challenge of cocoa powder, take a teaspoon of cocoa powder, put it in your mouth. It sucks, but it's chocolate. You know, kind of thing.
It ain't that good of chocolate.
But this is good.
Why would you do that? Why couldn't you just buy the bar of baking cocoa and just take a chunk of that and chew it up?
That's delicious, though.
No, not the baking cocoa.
Yeah,
it's just like the
good.
cocoa. Oh,
That's
Lord,
good. That's good, like this. But
this
you get the dryness of that cocoa powder. That's fucking good.
Oh, read it.
So
his reading ain't that good. No.
Rogue in Newport has their brewery, and across the bay, they down on the Main Street Bayfront, they call it. In Newport, they have what they call their public house.
I'm reading it.
And above their public house, they have 3 rooms that you can rent. Dirt fucking cheap. You join their club, it's like $100 a night. We got the 1 bedroom.
Not him and I.
No. The wife and I, before she was the wife, we went to go check in. We were early, sat down and had a beer. I had their double chocolate stout. Fucking
Really good.
10% this, even creamier and smoother than this. I'm thinking, I got a buzz before we even got to our room. But the cool thing about it, the owner of Rogue, there's a little restaurant called Mo's Restaurant.
Yep, Mo's.
And,
very popular. They started down on the waterfront.
Yeah. You can go to the
60 years
original.
ago?
Yeah, whenever.
Yeah.
They were around when Rogue started. And the owner and the wife, Mo, she's the wife of the restaurant, basically. When her husband died, he built above his public house the room for her to live in. So, and now you can rent that. So that's just fucking awesome.
It's pretty neat. Mo's has been around there. They're just like a staple around here, and they've got one in Lincoln City now. But Newport is where they started down on the waterfront. And little tiny place, some of the best food, seafood. It was really good.
Yeah, if you go to the original one, the food's the best.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just in your fucking head or what, but it's the best.
There's great ambiance and everything, and right across the bay is where this is.
Yeah. Mo's, they open up the garage door. You know, on hot summer days, they still have a garage door. And
that's the way it should be.
You can go on free brewery tours at Rogue. You go in and you start in their barrel room. And these are big fucking vats, wood vats. And they feed you some beers there, and you just walk around. You end up the last stop on the tour. What the fuck? Am I from a different country?
Oh no, you can't talk today. Drink some more beer.
I'm from the south. And
on the tour. We went on this tour.
Anyways, if you're a whiskey lover, they do their own distilling.
Oh,
and you end up with.
They have an actual distillery up in Portland too, with right beside their bar, their tavern,
public house.
Public house.
They give you so many tasting tickets. I give it to the wife because I'm just not a whiskey guy anymore. So
I like my whiskey. I like my beer too. But this beer here, I gotta tell you right now, that's pretty darn good. I'm glad I read more of the label.
Why? What did you read?
And I poured more in my glass.
Oh. read by Braille. No. That's good. I like it. I love it.
I was also going to tell you, if you ever come down here to Oregon and you go to Rogue.
What if they're south from us?
Okay, or up to Oregon. Or over to Oregon, wherever you want to go. Yeah. But if you ever come and you want to go to Rogue, check on their website. They have a garage sale day.
Oh.
Phenomenal.
Several times a year.
Yeah, they have
cases of beer for cheap.
It's like $2-3 a bottle, isn't it, for 22 ounces? $4.
They've got a little more expensive nowadays, but yeah. It's like 26
I know when you guys went, you brought back a whole case.
Yeah, we several cases there, and we had cases of beer.
Heck yeah! So yeah, check that out. Definitely check that out. So
Rogue's awesome.
Have you noticed that Rogue comes up a lot in our conversations in our shows here?
Yep. You walk into Rogue and you walk through a big grain silo that they painted red.
That's awesome.
Just fucking awesome. It's a good place. Their food, not so good.
Go to Mo's.
Yeah.
They got a little place just down from Mo's. I don't even know if it's still there. It's called Piptide. There's a little restaurant, a bar down there, and there was like Mo's, and then a couple doors down was Piptide. Well, back in the day, because I'm old, my wife and I
1932.
Back when I used to run Shine. No, No, we went down to Newport, and we went to Moe's, and we went to the Wax Museum and all that crap. But afterwards, we went to a little place called Pitside. And it was a great little bar. And then you got two rows of stairs that go up, and they had socialized gambling up there. Mm-hmm. So they, because no gambling was legal. That was before the casinos came into town. And boy, I'll tell you what, we'd go up there, and we would sit up there, and I'd play 21 blackjack. Just loved playing blackjack. And we went in one night this was on our wedding anniversary, one of our anniversaries. I went in one night. I hadn't drank all day. We had dinner at Moe's. I went over and I got one drink. It was a beer. And my wife, one beer. My wife and I walked upstairs so we can do some of the socialized gambling. And we got up there, and I was doing really well. I drank my beer. I sipped it. It's about 45 minutes later. I said, well, I'm going to go get me another beer. I started walking down the stairs, and clumsy big fat guy that I am in size 14 double E shoes.
McDonald.
I stumbled a little bit. They cut me off. I was so pissed off that they cut me off. I could sit there and gamble all night long, but I couldn't have anything else to drink.
So you and Poker have something in common. You get cut off a lot.
Oh my Lord.
This is good.
So anyway, if you ever get down to Newport, it's a great little place. Go to Rogue. Rogue's got some great beers. Moe's.
And if you're down there, there's a little cafe called Cafe Stephanie in a different part of Newport that I didn't even know existed, but the best breakfast food ever.
Nice.
Oh, fucking good.
This will go good with some breakfast.
This goes good with me belching that cinnamon roll.
Oh, make a cinnamon roll stout, Tim. I think you could do it.
Yeah. A milk stout. It'd have to be a milk stout.
Cinnamon roll milk stout, yeah.
And frosting on it.
Oh,
so good.
How many of you out there would like a cinnamon roll milk stout? So, yeah. That being said, our next beer is going to be wonderful.
Speaking of dessert beers, remember when we went to BJ's and got that stout? And it was like a butterscotch stout.
That sounds horrible.
We
went
delicious.
to BJ's.
Yeah, well,
BJ's is a chain restaurant.
Yeah, it's a good restaurant.
They
delicious.
Oh yeah, they had it was a butterscotch stout, milk stout, wasn't it?
Yeah, something. I don't know. It was fucking good.
Oh, we drank 2 or 3 glasses. It was wonderful.
Oh, that's good.
Tastes good coming up as well as it did going down. Really nice. Good beer.
Oh, great beer. Mm-hmm. And I'm not doing that to chime things up or anything, but
I'll tell you what, the way we talk about Rogue, they should pay us. Huh?
Yeah, or give us a handy. At least give us a free tour on Lake Ninkasi.
No, screw that. Just let me back up my truck and we'll get some free beer.
Wait, let you buy a tour for $350 and that be available.
Should happen.
Unlike Ninkasi. No.
$350 for the tour, and then it was at a charity auction.
Yeah,
and,
it was good.
And then we spent several $100s going down to Eugene and we stayed at the Hilton?
Yeah,
Hilton. It was cheap.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap.
But what's great about down there, another great place to go is, you can stay in any hotel there, and they've got basically it is Brewery Row, and you can go to probably 10 different breweries within 10 city blocks. It's just crazy.
And we had the
food cart,
the best food.
Oh, yeah, they're no longer open.
No, Papa Soul's Barbecue.
Papa Soul.
They're not open anymore.
Oh, my gosh. Some of the best.
Well, we had a table smaller than this.
Not much.
Full of food. We ordered probably their whole menu.
I looked at Tim and I says, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to do some ordering.
Let's do it.
He goes, go for it. And you should have seen the look on people's faces because Tim was sitting across from me and they kept bringing out plate after plate and they're thinking, in fact, guys going to eat all that food?
No, we just wanted to try it.
We wanted to try everything, and I'll tell you what, their deep fried catfish, bar none, some of the best I had, besides going to Louisiana.
The only thing I didn't like was the jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
It had a funny taste.
It had cloves.
Yeah,
cloves, yeah. But they had a thing called sticky chicken.
Smothered chicken.
Sticky chicken.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the name, and it was
chicken, gravy, and rice.
That's what it was. It was a hind quarter.
Yeah.
And it was smoked on the barbecue about halfway, and then they put it in the oven with some water on it. and baked it, and then they made a gravy out of the drippings, and they put it on a bed of
milk
rice.
gravy at that.
Oh,
A
yeah.
milk gravy.
God, it was
so
good. I'm opening this.
Yeah, do it.
You want to read it first?
Delicious. No, I already know this. This is a Reese's peanut butter cup in a bottle.
This is Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Stout. I'm going to get my glasses because I'm going to read you a little bit. Because it's literally...
Oh, shit, he's reading.
Yeah. One day... No. It's all natural flavors. So that's what's great about it. So it's America's favorite peanut butter milk stout. This silky smooth beer put us on the map. Troy came up with the idea of combining peanut butter with our Beaver's Milk Stout, and he nailed it. Don't let the dark color fool you. This beer is delightfully easy to drink, which it is. With cascading aromas of roasted peanuts, dark chocolate, and coffee. You get every bit of that in every smell, every drink. It's amazing. We appreciate your continued support for the helping of this style. Our number one, blah, 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 blah. This is Belching Beaver Brewery. Now, where are they out of, Tim?
The bottle should
say. Here. Oceanside, California.
One thing would make
California beer.
One thing would make that better. If it said Belching Duck Brewery.
Yeah. Instead of the Beavers and Ducks.
Go Ducks.
So it looks like it's 5.5 or 5.3% alcohol. It doesn't have the IBUs on it.
IBUs doesn't matter in this beer.
I'll pour his first, even though that's all he gets. No.
Give me good head, baby. Nice.
I know you're gonna like it,
I'll
so
take
I'll
the whole
take
beer.
Yeah. And it's funny because I've had this beer. I have had this beer for 3 months.
This bottle.
Months. This bottle.
Beer. It has not changed.
There you go. Oh, look! He wanted good head. I gave good.
I won't let that go to waste.
No, hell no.
Is there some left?
There is a tiny bit left.
I was gonna say I'd love to blend that with that rogue chocolate.
There's a little bit in there. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I think there's. I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, there's some in there. Anyway, this is the first thing right off the snow.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
It's like sticking your nose
you gotta love peanut
into
butter
a jar of peanut butter.
We've had a couple different peanut butter porters, peanut butter, whatever, and they're good. But they're not like what I want for peanut butter because I'm a peanut butter guy that can take a tablespoon of peanut butter out of the jar and eat it. So you guys see it in my previous reviews of my drunken beer review. It's one of my more highly viewed videos.
Oh my lord!
What'd
you do? Eat peanut butter?
No, this beer.
Oh yeah,
I was already drunk. But, anyways,
of course.
I called Richard and I said, "You gotta try this beer."
I've bought probably 30 bottles of this since then.
Besides this, the only other beer I've seen him buying 22 ounces in bulk was Rogue Pumpkin Ale that one year.
Yep. But I'll tell you what, cheers.
I'll try not to get too much silence on this because it's peanut butter.
Oh, it's all you get is peanut butter. I'm telling you what, you don't smell chocolate, you don't smell anything. You smell
milky,
peanut butter.
Creamy peanut butter.
It's it really is.
Of a peanut butter cup.
Yeah. Be aware, he may have an orgasm over here.
I think I might just have my way with this beer. No, it's one of the best beers I've probably ever had, honestly. But I'm a peanut butter fanatic, so
one of the best stouts I've ever had.
And
it's light, it's not dry, it's milky, it coats the tongue real nice. You get that beautiful peanut butter taste. You get the chocolate, you get coffee. I mean, it's all there in this.
At the end of the night, when you're belching beer, this is what you want to be belching.
Belching Beaver.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Awesome. I won't say amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
It's awesome.
It's a good beer. Yeah. It's a really good beer.
I don't know if I've ever had amazing beer yet.
I don't know either, but this one's right up there. This is in my top 5 beers.
And this is fairly warm.
Yeah, I didn't get to refrigerate it a whole lot.
No, that's great because you're not picking up any like off flavors. There's nothing wrong with this beer. You don't want a high bitterness. You want that milky, creamy.
This
it's a milk
have
stout,
the bitterness
so
at all. Amazing.
So good. So fucking good.
I'm sure glad we ended the night with it.
Yeah, me too. Well, we
Well,
did
kind of. We still got my brother's beer. We're gonna.
We
redo
better
it.
set these aside so we can. Delicious. Oh yeah, baby. That's.
I'm guessing my brother forgot the day my mama taught us manners, but that's good.
When was that day?
Yeah, there was only one.
Mom would say, "Oh yeah, that's all you got, bitch." Pass me that Rolling Rock. I almost got a can of Rolling Rock for tonight.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, God bless her soul.
Yeah.
She's in somewhere with.
See, you got a spot there. I got a spot
yeah,
here.
Rolling Rock can.
You're gonna put it here. I'm gonna put mine on the other
Yeah,
side.
big old Rolling Rock can.
See, I can't. I have this here.
That's all right. I left this space on purpose.
Should do it out here.
No, I want it right here.
Oh, gotcha. I prefer my tattoos everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. Mom, I will tell you, Mom would probably like this beer. She loved
Yeah.
peanut butter. She wouldn't drink it. She was diabetic and had heart problems and couldn't breathe and smoked cigarettes and drank beer
And wine and shots of whiskey.
Yeah, and but
Crazy
she had
old
horrible
ninja.
health, but arthritis and asthma and
But if anything,
rheumatitis
she
and
appreciated.
rheumatoid and
She just appreciated life. Like
she lived it.
she wouldn't get caught up in the drama.
No, not at all.
Well, unless it's fun drama. I mean, sometimes drama's fun. But
Okay.
no, she'd be like, if that's what you really want to do, if that makes you happy, do it.
She was probably the most supportive woman I've ever met.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife's very supportive of everything I do, but as far as when it came to starting my business as my barbecue business 8 years ago, she was on the bandwagon and she was my biggest supporter. I talked to her every day, and she gave me them pep talks that I needed. You can do it, son. I know you can do it, and we've done it, and so hey, cheers to you, Ma.
Yeah. God bless your soul.
Love it.
Or you're up there with Chief or Grandfather, she called.
Grandfather. Yeah. So anyway, so what we're gonna
She
do?
gave the best bitter beer face.
Oh yeah.
Such when she took her teeth out. I gave her my Blondale. Oh, that's bitter.
Yeah, it wasn't Rolling Rock.
Here's your 12-pack of Rolling Rock, Mom.
Yeah.
We'll drink the good beer. No, we still chug a Rolling Rock.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break for a minute so we can pour us a couple fresh beers of Tim's. We're gonna save these so we can finish, because we like that.
Yeah.
And it's just really good. But we're gonna take just a
Mouthful.
really quick break so that we can fill our beers and we can talk about what he has to offer. Good beer. Well, for our last beer of the day, we're going to harshly, mind you,
Yes, very
review
harshly,
my brother's one of his homebrews.
Yeah.
So I'll let him tell you all about it.
So 2 years ago, we went to a hop farm. Richard became friends with a hop farmer. Anyways, we went there with black garbage bags, and he filled them up with hops. I done an experiment of going to the dollar store and getting those vacuum or shop vacuum bags.
They use for like vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of hops. I can fit a lot of whole leaf hops into those bags. Let's try it. So 2 years ago, that was, and I decided to do an all Centennial hop brew. So it was, let me think, I done 5 ounces Centennial in the mash, and like,
he poured me with all the details. No, I'm joking.
5 ounces in the boil, and I done 2-row and some Victory, I want to say, for some, because it said biscuity, and I wanted that biscuity kind of pale ale, and then a little Crystal 60, and then fermented it with a USO 5 ale, American ale yeast, and yeah, that's what this is.
Well, it really falls in line with the other beers that you do, and the beers that we want to do for our brewery is easy drinking American ales. You know, pretty much. I mean, we'll do some other stuff, but it's pretty clear. For,
oh, by the way, I caked it yesterday.
Yeah. It's
so
not too bad.
it's not,
Look at that
not quite
lacing
ready
after
though,
one day of
yeah.
kegging, but it's got a little bit of citrusy on the top end. We picked this to do tonight because number one, I forgot to bring or I didn't forget. I didn't have time to get the third beer, and I says, hey, let's just throw yours in there and we can cleanse our palate with it.
Yeah.
I know it's a pale ale, so it's going to be real light and real nice, and
It's almost too light for a pale.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a light pale.
Yeah,
it's for those that are on a diet and want to drink beer.
So my starting
That's what I'm telling myself.
starting gravity was 1050, 51, I think. I'm going by memory, and it went to 1008, which is very dry. I normally finish my beers at 1010. Which is, I know. But if anybody knows, it's a very dry beer.
It is a bit dry. It's not actually to me it's not as dry as a couple of these we had.
I'd like a little more body in it.
Yeah.
But
It's a good beer. It's got a little bit of bitterness on the back, not a lot, but it's very easy drinking. And you know that's been our motto since day one. That wanted to start this brewery is we want to be able to make beers that are easy drinking. For the everyday average person, you know, like our dad, he drinks Bud Light. I mean,
but then they'll come up and ask me for IPA.
Yeah,
or like, what the fuck, Bob?
or a stout, or a porter, or you know, it's just I would like to think we had a lot to do with his evolution of beer.
But he'll still go back to that Bud Light. No
always.
That's fun. But,
this is good, Tim. I really like it. It's such an easy drinking beer, and you're drinking all these. To me, they're not really heavy, but they're heavy beers. I don't know if that makes sense.
Bold flavors,
bold flavors. Yeah. And to have something once in a while, you want something. I love Corona in the summer once in a while because
a little lime
just clears your palate, or Modelo Amber down at Mazatlan restaurant.
So what you rehydrate with.
Yeah, it's nice to have a difference or a change.
Modelo's a very good lager.
Oh,
I mean, so if you think about it, Dos Equis is
Modelo,
a very good amber lager.
The Modelo Negra,
yeah, which is
that's a dark lager. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. But you know, it's nice to have a lighter beer once in a while.
It's very one-dimensional just because it's supposed to be one-dimensional.
Yeah, it's a one-hop beer.
We wanted to see, okay, we got all these nice Centennial hops. Let's see what they taste like.
Well, you know, and wasn't that a pretty cool experience going into that? And it's the first time I've ever been into a hop drying building. This thing is massive, and I don't know if Tim's been into one before or not.
No, that was the first time.
It literally looked like a bed of hops, and it was 15 foot deep or something. And I just wanted to run and jump in it because it was like that's all I smelled for 3 days.
Take snow shovels to
fill
bags,
black garbage bags. It was pretty surreal. And you know they get a hold of me every year, and there's several hop farmers now that get a hold of us every year and say, hey, you need any hops? You need any hops? You need any hops? And I'm like, well, crap, we're still using the ones we got. But once we get the brewery open, oh hell yeah, we'll be getting lots of hops. So.
Even though I opened up an older bag, remember that day you were here and I opened up, it still smelled fresh.
It smelled like the day I looked right at him, he goes, smell this. And he opened it up and I was like, holy crap, it smells like we just got these.
And you still put your hands on the hops and the oils came out like it was crazy.
Every time I see a hop, I gotta go like this.
The only
smell it.
The only difference, I think they dried theirs a little bit more than average hop.
Some maybe, yeah.
No.
Shout out to Austin out there in St. Paul.
I can't remember.
I appreciate it, Austin. He's a good guy.
Is it B&C Hop Farm?
Something like that. He belongs to the St. Paul JCs.
Yeah.
Austin, Ryan, all of them. Good friends, good buddies. I've done a lot of business with each other over the years.
He's trying to start a brewery too.
Yeah.
We went there and his IPA. Very good.
Great beers.
Very good.
Great beers. So, this is good, Jim. Nice, easy drinking. Notice it's a bigger glass. You drink a little more of this than I can on the stout sometimes, but
you get a little fruitiness to it. I mean, some people said it tasted like Pebbles, the cereal.
Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles.
I don't get any of that on here. Somebody told you that about this?
About
the Centennial.
It's about the Centennials.
See, I don't get any of that.
No, the only other person to drink this was you. So.
Really? Well, we're lucky people.
That's all right.
No,
it's not my best beer.
The more I drink of it, the more bitterness I get. The more, and it's nice.
I'd like a little more body.
It's real refreshing
For a pale, for me.
I love that butteriness. I'm joking. I'm trying to screw with him a little bit.
No. Long story.
Go
When I
ahead.
first started brewing, Richard tried the first batch, I think it was. It was extract, whatever. Rich goes, man, I love this butteriness of this.
Oh, it tastes like butter, man.
It's so good. Oh, so good.
That was how many years ago? 10?
I started homebrewing in 2010. So
8 years ago. Almost 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I don't know. Man, you gotta brew this. It has that
It's
buttery
so
taste to it.
good. Yeah, it's so buttery.
Yeah.
I could drink a lot of this.
And he's looking at me like, it's not supposed to taste like butter. And I was like, well, it don't matter. It tastes good. And that all falls back on is it doesn't matter what other people think. If you find a beer you like, drink it. I mean, drink it.
The beer I remember the
Not
most.
too much though.
There's 2 beers I remember the most of my homebrewing. The first time I was still extract brewing, I done a wheat beer.
Oh.
Halloween night.
Was that the night that we drank all that?
Yes, we
This
put on
was a
we
lot.
put on a free haunted house. We used to. You, me, and David.
Oh,
our
I'm thinking of a
family.
different time. But
No.
yeah, we used to do the
that was
300 house.
different. That was
Oh
different.
my God.
But we were all out there. It went down so good. But the wheat beer was darker than this from a wheat malt extract. It wasn't supposed. It wasn't a wheat beer,
Yeah.
but it was.
It
good.
tasted
was
good.
fun.
Got us drunk. So
And the other one is I call it the old rusty truck Super Bowl.
that was really good.
Richard's buddy Joe.
He's from Portugal.
He
he thought that was the best beer
Yeah.
that he's ever had. It was better than sex, he said. It was such good beer.
Then there was the
Yeah.
American wheat that I brewed.
I
All
gotta
grain
tell
this time.
you, I think it was your first whole grain batch, wasn't it? Or real close to it.
No, my first one was
And,
English brown ale.
Oh,
I
yeah.
go to a homebrew club for the first day, thinking, all right, I got a beer I could take. My first all grain, first homebrew club meeting. It sucked.
Yeah, well, they're beer stones too.
Yeah.
But-
No, it sucked.
I remember he called me up. He says, hey, I'm brewing. Come over and help me. I said, all right, because we lived right around the corner from
I
each
need
other.
some rooms in a kitchen.
And he says, or no, you said you were kegging.
Mhm.
You were kegging. I was done fermenting, and he goes, and so
All chilled down.
It was 5 gallons,
Mm.
and we were
That-
rolling
that-
it, trying to force
carb
carb it, and it got just enough carbonation. It wasn't a lot, and so we started drinking it.
It was American
and,
wheat.
boy, oh boy, there wasn't anything left. I don't think much. We drank
it was
almost
good.
5 gallons between
Sat
the two
there,
of us.
we drank
were so
beer,
drunk. Oh my
we
God.
bullshitted. We might
Oh.
have cried a little bit.
Basically, it's the
fuck.
same thing we do now,
Yeah.
but we're doing it for you guys and
Yeah, that's
for
fucking
us,
good.
and you know, it's just
It's fun.
good times.
It's good. It's beer.
It's good times. It's beer. There's very few things I like more than beer, and no, sex is not one of them. Food,
Food and beer go hand in
food,
hand.
food, and beer.
We
Yeah.
both barbecue.
Yeah.
So
Nothing better, food, beer, and family. I tell you what, it's nothing better than getting your family together.
just
And
gatherings.
gatherings and
Fucking
get
gathering.
your family and friends together. You cook up a bunch of food, you know,
It doesn't matter what it is.
and then you brew some beer and you just have beer and food and
That's why
and everything is
Thanksgiving
just
is one of my
amazing.
favorite holidays.
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving and Halloween.
You remember how I started the food cart, right?
Oh,
It was you and I.
Yeah.
We were
New Year's Eve.
No,
No?
it was Christina's graduation.
Oh, that's
When
right.
I decided I was going to build a
Yeah.
food cart, it was Christina's graduation. My daughter, my youngest daughter, we were going to have a get together over at my house, and I said, Tim, you and I need to cook a bunch of food. Let's barbecue.
All right.
We made
Oysters.
smoked oysters the night before. I mean, we had people there for 2 days, and we made, what did we do? We did pulled pork and brisket and ribs, and I mean, we had a spread like you wouldn't believe of food. And I sat there and I looked over at Tim, and it was about like this.
Yeah.
Sitting there, and I looked at him. I said, you know, we've talked about building I talked about building a food cart, and I said, you know, I have the means to do it. I said, I think I'm gonna build a food cart, and I know what I know what I want to serve. And he goes, what's that? I said, barbecue. Look at everybody. How happy it makes everybody. And that was the changing point for me. Is
And I was studying competition barbecue.
Yeah.
A couple of years before.
Yeah. So with his help and help of my daughter and the support of my wife and my mother, our mother, and everything, and everything, it worked out really good. And I contribute that all to a lot of beer and some food. You know.
It's just
But
gathering.
yeah, it's
beer,
gathering.
good food, good people.
Yeah, that's like we say, you know, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your beer. You know, that's all there is.
On that note,
All right.
I guess that's that.
I guess it's
So,
that.
we
Just so you
will
know, we
cheers.
did hide a little bit of the peanut butter stout.
Anyways,
Cheers to good beers.
That's fucking good.